Have you ever taken a moment to reflect on the power of silence in a world filled with constant noise? We are surrounded by distractions, social media, news, opinions, and endless chatter. Amid this constant bombardment, it's easy to lose sight of the deeper truths that lie within us. But what if the key to unlocking your fullest potential is not in speaking your desires to the world or forcing your way into every opportunity, but rather in embracing silence and stillness? In a world that constantly urges us to act and speak, there is a profound lesson in stillness. True wisdom lies within, and often the most powerful thing we can do is listen to that inner voice. The truth is, the divine force that guides us, the presence of God within all, calls us to quiet our minds, our mouths, and our egos. The act of constant speaking can easily drown out the very clarity, focus, and guidance we need most. When we learn to still the noise within, we create the space needed for clarity. In silence, we begin to hear what life is trying to tell us. Only in this silence can we begin to understand what it truly takes to achieve our greatest potential. Everything begins with a thought. Every creation, every invention, every success story, and every failure starts with a single idea. Action without thought, without intention, is often aimless and futile. For too long, we have been conditioned to believe that we must always act, always speak, always push forward. But the divine truth reveals that sometimes the best course of action is simply to pause, to be still, and to reflect. You are a powerful being, capable of extraordinary achievements, but without the space to think clearly, without that silent foundation, your dreams remain mere thoughts, unfulfilled. It is time to create that space. The voice within you, that inner knowing, is more powerful than any external force. Yet, in the hustle and bustle of daily life, we often drown out that voice with noise. Our thoughts are clouded by distractions, external validation, and constant noise that serves no true purpose. The divine wisdom knows that silence is the key to clarity. When you cease the endless chatter, you open the door to divine insight, to inspiration from a higher place. When you embrace silence, you make room for divine guidance. The universe, or whatever higher power you trust, has been trying to communicate with you. But you've been too caught up in the noise to listen. Your desires, dreams, and purpose do not shout at you. They whisper. And the only way to hear those whispers is through silence. As you silence your internal and external noise, you will begin to understand your true purpose. You will gain the clarity to recognize the opportunities meant for you. The world around you will not change until you change how you perceive it, and this perception shift comes only through inner silence. You were born with the ability to tap into an infinite source of wisdom, and your mind, when focused properly, can attract anything you desire. But in order to activate this power, you must first believe that you have it within you. Faith is the catalyst that transforms desire into reality. Without faith, desire is just a wish. The faith you need is not loud, but quiet. A calm, unwavering faith that grows when you trust in the process of life. When you embrace silence, you open yourself to higher wisdom. Trust that when you stop chasing, your desires will come to you. Trust that your inner voice will guide you toward the right action at the right time. God, or the divine force, does not want you to be anxious or constantly speaking and asking for things. God wants you to trust in your inner voice, to trust in the power of your thoughts, and to know that your desires are already in alignment, even when it doesn't appear that way. For many, the hardest thing is to stop. We've been trained to act, to speak, to pursue what we want. But in the spiritual realm, action without intention is futile. You cannot move forward until you first stop and understand where you are, what you truly desire, and the wisdom that already exists within you. If you want to manifest the life you've always dreamed of, you must first learn to listen. Silence is not about inaction. It's about focused inaction. It's about creating a space where your higher self can speak to you, where divine guidance can flow freely. When you stop talking, you allow the universe to speak, and the universe speaks in quiet whispers. Success is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of mental discipline. Your thoughts are the foundation of your reality. When you focus on negativity, worry, or fear, you attract more of those things into your life. But when you discipline your mind to think clearly, positively, and purposefully, you begin to attract success in all its forms. This discipline does not come from force or from an unrelenting pursuit of external goals. It comes from mental silence. When you silence your mind, your thoughts become sharper, more focused, and more aligned with your true desires. You've likely heard of the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like. The truth behind this law is simple. Your thoughts and emotions emit vibrations, and these vibrations attract experiences, people, and circumstances that match them. If you focus on lack, worry, or fear, you will attract more of those things. But when you focus on abundance, gratitude, and positivity, you will attract more of these qualities into your life. However, the law of attraction doesn't work when your mind is chaotic. You cannot attract positive outcomes with a mind filled with doubt and confusion. It is only when you embrace silence that your thoughts become clear, and you are able to align with the divine wisdom that guides all things. The law of attraction requires focus, and focus requires silence. When you quiet your mind and focus on positive thoughts and feelings, you activate the law in your favor. In your pursuit of success, remember this: success is not achieved through endless talking or relentless pushing. It is achieved through the power of thought, focus, faith, and above all, silence. When you stop talking, you make space for wisdom. When you stop forcing, you open yourself to receive. When you quiet your mind, you can finally hear the divine guidance that has always been with you. The divine does not want you to be constantly speaking, not because it doesn't hear you, but because it knows that in silence you will find the answers you seek. Your greatest desires are waiting for you in the silence. Your true path is revealed in the stillness. The answers you seek are already within you, waiting for you to listen. Stop talking, start listening, and watch how your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. Many people are trapped in a cycle of perpetual motion, always acting, speaking, and reacting. We are encouraged to constantly push forward, speak our desires into the universe, and make noise to get attention. But what if the most important thing you could do for your success is not to speak more, but to speak less? What if the act of stopping, the act of quieting the chaos around you, is the key to unlocking your greatest potential? When you stop the constant noise, whether it's your own internal dialogue or the clamor of the world, you create the space for something incredibly powerful to emerge: clarity. In silence, your mind clears, allowing you to focus on the most important thoughts and goals that align with your true desires. Without distractions, your intuition becomes sharper. It is in that stillness that the true direction of your life reveals itself, as the noise of confusion and doubt quiets down. Most of us are constantly talking to ourselves, worrying, planning, analyzing, and often we're speaking to others too much. This constant flow of words can leave us feeling mentally drained and overwhelmed, making it harder to think clearly. But when you learn to embrace silence, you learn to listen to the deeper wisdom that already exists inside you. Your mind is no longer cluttered with endless distractions, and this clarity of thought is the first step in achieving any goal or dream. Moreover, silence offers a profound opportunity for divine guidance. Many people spend their lives in pursuit of external validation, always looking outside of themselves for answers, approval, or solutions. But often, the answers we need are already within us. In moments of quiet reflection, you can tune into this deeper sense of wisdom. It's not through the noise of the world, but through stillness that you connect with the divine, guiding you along your path. This divine guidance doesn't come with a loud, booming voice. It comes as a soft whisper, often missed amidst the daily rush. When you're constantly moving, talking, and reacting, you may miss these subtle nudges, signs, or insights that could guide you toward your goals. But by quieting your mind and listening, you open yourself to hearing these messages and recognizing the opportunities meant for you. In silence, you find peace, focus, and understanding. When you stop talking and begin listening to your inner self and the world around you, you unlock the doors to greater success. Instead of constantly striving, pushing, and seeking, you simply allow things to unfold as they should. You start to see things clearly, make more informed decisions, and align your actions with your purpose. Silence is not an absence of activity. It is the foundation upon which your success can be built. The more you embrace it, the more you open yourself to the answers you've been seeking all along. Everything in life begins with a thought. It's easy to overlook this fact, especially in a world that places such a heavy emphasis on action. We are conditioned to believe that success is solely about doing, about working harder, striving endlessly, and pushing forward without pause. However, what many fail to realize is that every action, every decision, every accomplishment, and even every failure begins with a single thought. It is this initial spark that shapes our reality, guiding the course of our lives in ways we often don't fully comprehend. Thoughts are not just fleeting mental images or idle daydreams. They are the building blocks of everything we experience. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool, and when we focus our thoughts with intention, we are creating the foundation for the reality we want to experience. This is where success begins, not in the frantic rush to act or achieve, but in the quiet, deliberate process of thought. If you want to achieve greatness, you must first learn to master your thoughts. It's important to understand that action without intention is futile. Too often, we jump into tasks without thinking them through, driven by a sense of urgency or the belief that working harder will somehow bring us closer to our goals. While action is necessary, it is not enough on its own. Without clear intention, action becomes aimless, and it's easy to find yourself spinning in circles without ever making significant progress. It's the same as setting off on a journey without a map or a destination. No matter how hard you try, you will likely end up lost or wandering in the wrong direction. True success comes from aligning your thoughts with your purpose and your actions with clarity. Before you take any action, take a moment to reflect on your intentions and the thoughts that are guiding your decisions. Are your thoughts in line with your goals? Are they focused on the future you want to create, or are they scattered and unclear? Success is born from the clarity and focus of your thoughts, which in turn shape the actions you take. Manifesting your desires requires more than simply wishing for something to happen. It requires focusing your thoughts on that desire with unwavering purpose. When you direct your mind toward what you truly want, your actions begin to reflect that intention. You will find yourself making choices, taking steps, and encountering opportunities that align with your vision. Thoughts are the blueprint for the life you want to build. The clearer and more purposeful your thoughts are, the more clearly your actions will reflect those thoughts. Furthermore, thoughts are magnetic. What you think about most often, you tend to attract. If your mind is filled with thoughts of doubt, fear, or negativity, you will attract more of the same into your life. Conversely, when your thoughts are focused on abundance, success, and positivity, you begin to attract opportunities, people, and situations that align with those thoughts. The law of attraction is not some mystical, unfounded idea. It is based on the simple truth that thoughts have energy. When you focus your mind on what you want, you begin to magnetize those desires toward you. The key to using your thoughts to shape your reality is discipline. It's easy to let your mind wander, to be consumed by distractions, or to be pulled away by negative thinking. But the most successful people in the world understand the power of thought, and they make it a practice to control their thinking. Every time a negative thought arises, they redirect it toward a positive, purposeful thought. They remain focused on what they want to achieve, and as a result, they attract the opportunities and experiences necessary to bring those goals to fruition. Ultimately, the foundation of success lies in the power of your thoughts. Thoughts are the seed from which everything grows. If you want to change your reality, you must first change your thoughts. By focusing your mind with intention and clarity, you set the stage for your actions to align with your desires. Success is not about relentless doing. It's about purposeful thinking and aligned action. When you master your thoughts, you unlock the potential to manifest anything you truly desire in your life. Faith is the cornerstone of transforming your desires into reality. It's easy to believe that success is a product of effort, willpower, and force. But without faith, all the action in the world will be in vain. Faith, however, is not about blindly hoping or waiting for things to happen. It is not about loudly declaring your desires to the universe or demanding results. True faith is quiet, steadfast, and rooted in the belief that what you seek is already on its way to you. It is a deep trust in your inner voice and the divine guidance that will lead you toward your greatest success. Faith in your inner voice is perhaps the most powerful tool you can wield. Your inner voice, that quiet whisper of intuition and understanding, is often drowned out by the noise of the world. The opinions of others, societal pressures, and your own doubts can easily cloud the wisdom within you. Yet, when you learn to quiet the noise and listen deeply, you realize that your inner voice is always guiding you, always leading you toward your highest potential. The key is trusting that voice, even when it contradicts the external noise or seems uncertain. This faith isn't a boisterous or loud kind of faith. It's calm, steady, and unshaken. It's the kind of belief that allows you to stay grounded when external circumstances appear uncertain. The world may be chaotic, and others may doubt you, but your faith in your inner voice will never steer you wrong. True faith does not require you to shout about your desires or demand immediate results. It simply requires you to trust that everything is unfolding as it should, and that your inner wisdom knows the best course of action. Too often, we let our fears and doubts override the quiet certainty that lives inside us. We think we need to push harder, do more, or constantly strive for validation. But in reality, what we need most is to cultivate the kind of faith that can guide us through uncertainty. This faith allows us to make decisions with confidence, to take inspired action when the time is right, and to wait patiently for the right opportunities to come our way. It gives us the strength to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems unclear. When you have faith in your inner voice, you understand that you don't need to know every step of the journey right now. The divine guidance you receive will lead you precisely where you need to be at the right time. Faith doesn't mean you will always have all the answers, but it does mean trusting that you will be led exactly where you need to go. And as you begin to follow this guidance, you will notice how opportunities begin to unfold, how circumstances start to align, and how things start to fall into place. Faith also involves a deep trust that you are worthy of the success you desire. You may encounter challenges along the way, but with unwavering faith in your inner guidance, you can overcome anything. Challenges are not obstacles. They are opportunities to learn, grow, and strengthen your faith. Every setback is an opportunity to reaffirm your belief that you are on the right path and that everything is happening for your highest good. Ultimately, the faith you need to transform your desires into reality is not a loud, forceful faith, but quiet inner conviction. It's the kind of faith that requires you to listen to your inner wisdom, trust the process, and believe in your divine guidance. This unwavering belief will lead you toward your success, helping you stay aligned with your true purpose. So instead of seeking validation from the world or trying to force your way forward, trust in the quiet, steady voice within you. In doing so, you will discover that everything you desire is already within your reach, waiting for you to embrace it. With faith, achieving success is not simply about relentless action, pushing yourself to the limit and constantly striving without pause. While action is necessary, it is not the sole determinant of success. Instead, success begins with a much deeper and often overlooked factor: mental discipline. In a world that values outward motion, speed, and productivity, mental discipline is the foundation that will carry you further than any external effort ever could. Mental discipline is the ability to control your thoughts and emotions in a way that aligns them with your desires and purpose. It's the art of focusing your mind, not allowing it to be distracted or pulled in various directions. Without this inner focus, all the energy and effort you put into external actions will be scattered, unfocused, and ineffective. Success doesn't come from just doing more. It comes from being able to think clearly, prioritize your thoughts, and align your actions with your highest purpose. One of the most powerful aspects of mental discipline is the ability to quiet your mind. In a world filled with distractions, information overload, and constant external noise, quieting your mind becomes a radical act. It is in the quiet that you begin to truly hear your thoughts, your desires, and your intuition. When your mind is constantly running, filled with anxieties, distractions, and doubts, it becomes difficult to think clearly. But when you silence that noise, you open the door to clarity, understanding, and a deeper connection with your true self. This mental stillness allows you to sharpen your thoughts. Just as a sharp knife cuts through with precision, a sharp mind enables you to make decisions with clarity and purpose. When you focus your mind, you become more aware of the thoughts that align with your true desires and those that lead you astray. This awareness gives you the power to consciously choose which thoughts to nurture and which ones to let go of. You become more intentional in your thinking, and that intentionality is what transforms your dreams into reality. The discipline of the mind also helps you focus your thoughts on what you want, rather than what you don't want. Many people unknowingly focus on their fears, doubts, and worries, which then shape their reality. When you practice mental discipline, you learn to redirect your thoughts toward the positive outcomes you desire. Instead of dwelling on what could go wrong, you start to visualize and think about the steps you need to take to achieve your goals. This shift in focus, driven by mental discipline, is what allows you to make consistent, meaningful progress toward your success. Mental discipline also means being able to resist the impulse to react to every external stimulus. In a fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of reacting without thinking. Whether it's a negative comment, an unexpected setback, or a moment of doubt, reacting emotionally can lead you astray. But when you develop mental discipline, you learn to pause before acting. You give yourself the space to think, assess, and choose a response that is in line with your goals. This controlled response, rather than impulsive reaction, is what allows you to navigate challenges effectively and stay on course toward your dreams. Furthermore, mental discipline strengthens your ability to remain focused even in the face of adversity. When challenges arise, it's easy to become discouraged, distracted, or overwhelmed. But a disciplined mind stays calm and remains anchored in its purpose. It's the ability to stay focused on your long-term vision, even when the road ahead seems uncertain or when immediate results are not visible. This resilience is what enables successful individuals to persist despite obstacles and keep moving toward their goals with confidence and determination. In essence, mental discipline is the key to unlocking your potential and aligning your thoughts with your desires. It is not about constantly forcing yourself to take action, but about cultivating an inner environment where your mind is clear, focused, and aligned with the outcomes you wish to achieve. By quieting your mind, sharpening your thoughts, and disciplining your focus, you will find that success comes more effortlessly, and your desires are not just dreams but realities that are within your grasp. When your mind is disciplined, every action you take is purposeful. Every thought is aligned with your vision, and every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. The law of attraction is a universal principle that teaches us that like attracts like. Simply put, the thoughts and emotions you consistently hold in your mind will attract similar circumstances, people, and experiences into your life. While this law is often associated with manifesting desires and achieving success, it goes much deeper than just wishful thinking or hoping for the best. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with positive intentions and allowing them to flow in harmony with the universe's abundant energy. The key to harnessing the power of the law of attraction is focusing your thoughts in a positive and purposeful way. It's not enough to just think about what you want. You must truly believe in it and feel the emotions that come with having it. Positive thoughts alone will not attract success. Your thoughts must be accompanied by the right emotions and intentions. When you think positively and align that thought with genuine emotions of gratitude, joy, and excitement, you create an energetic vibration that signals the universe to bring those positive outcomes into your life. However, in a world that is constantly noisy and chaotic, it's incredibly difficult to align your thoughts in this way. The distractions, doubts, and fears that fill our minds on a daily basis can easily cloud our focus and prevent us from cultivating the positive energy needed for the law of attraction to work. This is where the power of silence comes in. Silence is not just the absence of sound. It is a powerful tool that allows you to quiet the mental clutter and focus your thoughts on what truly matters. In moments of stillness, you have the space to reconnect with your intentions and gain clarity on what you truly want to manifest. When you quiet the noise of your mind, you create a clear channel for your thoughts and intentions to become focused and aligned. The chaos and doubt that often derail your progress are replaced by the calm confidence that comes with focused thought. Silence allows you to tune into your true desires, to understand what resonates with your soul, and to visualize those desires in vivid detail. This clear mental focus is essential to attracting the success and abundance you want in life. Without focus, your thoughts become scattered, and your energy is dispersed, leading to confusion and misalignment with your goals. By practicing mental discipline and embracing silence, you allow your thoughts to align with your true intentions. When you focus on positive thoughts and emotions, you begin to attract those very things into your life. The law of attraction is not about hoping or wishing. It's about creating a mindset that vibrates in harmony with your desires. This focused, positive energy then manifests as opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that match your thoughts and emotions. On the other hand, when your mind is filled with negative thoughts and emotions, you attract more of the same. Fear, doubt, and worry create a low vibration that repels success and abundance. If you constantly focus on what could go wrong, the obstacles or the challenges ahead, you send out a signal to the universe that mirrors those thoughts. Negative emotions and thoughts act as a barrier to the flow of positive energy and opportunities that could bring you closer to your goals. Without the clarity that silence provides, it becomes difficult to distinguish between positive thoughts and negative ones, and you may inadvertently attract negative outcomes based on your internal chaos. The power of silence, therefore, is not just about stillness in the external world, but also about creating a space where your internal thoughts can be focused and aligned. It's about quieting the noise of doubt, fear, and distraction so you can tune into the pure frequency of positive thoughts and emotions that will attract what you desire. By focusing your mind on abundance, success, and positive outcomes, you begin to see those very things manifest in your life. In essence, the law of attraction works best when your thoughts are clear and aligned with positive emotions. Silence gives you the opportunity to focus your energy on your desires, eliminating the distractions that would otherwise interfere with the flow of positive energy. The more you practice silence, the more you train your mind to focus on what truly matters. As you direct your thoughts toward your intentions and feel the emotions associated with them, you attract success, abundance, and opportunities that match your vibrations. By harnessing the power of focused thought and the law of attraction, you align yourself with the universe's abundant flow, creating a life that reflects your deepest desires. In moments of stillness, you release the mental noise that often drowns out the quiet wisdom of your inner voice. It is easy to become consumed by the pressures of the outside world, to constantly feel as though you need to push forward, work harder, and prove yourself. But true wisdom and clarity often do not come from external action, they come from the quiet. Moments where you allow yourself the time and space to hear your own thoughts clearly, without the distractions and demands of the world around you. When you allow yourself to simply be, you invite divine insight into your life. This is not a passive form of inaction, but an active choice to step back and create space for answers to come to you. Silence, in its deepest form, opens you up to a higher level of awareness. It's in this silence that you may hear the whispers of guidance, the quiet nudges that tell you which direction to take or what choices to make. These insights are not always loud or overt. They don't announce themselves with force or drama. Instead, they arrive as subtle impressions, gentle thoughts that guide you toward your true path and purpose. But you cannot hear them if you are constantly busy, constantly rushing, constantly pushing. Stillness allows you to reconnect with your inner wisdom, the knowledge that is always available to you, but often hidden beneath layers of stress, worry, and distraction. When you quiet your mind, you strip away the excess noise that clouds your judgment and prevents you from seeing things clearly. It's as if you were tuning into a frequency that was always there, but you couldn't hear because you were too busy trying to figure things out on your own. In those quiet moments, you gain access to a deeper understanding of your true desires, your higher self, and the path that will lead you to your goals. The answers you seek, whether in your personal life, your career, or your relationships, are often already within you. But they can only be revealed when you stop searching externally and create the stillness necessary to listen. When you are constantly active, always striving, always doing, you miss out on the deeper wisdom that is being offered to you. Your true path is not always about taking more action. Sometimes it is about taking a step back, being still, and allowing yourself to receive the insights that will guide you forward. Stillness also provides you with the clarity to make better decisions. It's easy to make choices out of fear, impatience, or confusion, but when you allow yourself the time to sit quietly and reflect, you open up the space for clear, confident decision-making. The noise of uncertainty fades away, and you begin to see things from a broader perspective. You may gain a new understanding of your current situation or realize that the solutions you need have always been there, waiting for you to recognize them. In this stillness, there is no rush, no pressure, and no need to prove anything. It is in this space that you can hear the true voice of guidance, whether it is your intuition, the wisdom of your inner self, or a divine force that connects you to something greater. This guidance leads you down the right path, helping you avoid unnecessary detours and distractions. By embracing stillness, you open yourself up to receive the wisdom that will help you navigate the challenges of life with grace and confidence. True success does not come from frantic effort or constant motion. It comes from aligning with the stillness within, trusting that the answers you seek are already within you, and having the patience to listen for them. When you stop pushing, stop acting out of fear, and embrace the quiet, you create the space for the wisdom of the universe to flow to you. In this space, you will find the answers that lead you to your true path and help you manifest the success you are seeking. The power of stillness is not a passive retreat from the world. It is an active choice to connect with the deepest wisdom available to you and to move forward with clarity, purpose, and